Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Automatic first down.
Red 80. 50. Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
Stafford on first down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
24 is the mic.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Stafford looks to throw again. To the right and complete to Golladay. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. To the air again, Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So now it's the Packers' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be brought out by the 2-time MVP in the NFL, who's now in his 15th season, Aaron Rodgers.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
Tight end Jimmy Graham often uses his size to create mismatches downfield and make big plays. But in 2018, his first year with Green Bay, Only 2 touchdowns scored, and you know they picked him up to be a big-time red zone threat with Aaron Rodgers. He's looking to return to form in 2019, a 5-time Pro Bowler.
Hey, watch it. Check three.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. A look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Lions. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
56 to Mike, boy, 56.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get this to Jay Kumaro. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Here we go.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Under 10. 10. Joker. Good dash. Come.
The third-year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Right here. Boom. Motion. Check. Shift. 56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike. You go night. Check. Oko over here. 399.
Rodgers now on first down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Mike Daniels in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Check. Lucky.
Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Hey, let's go. You don't want
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Well, I think everything was impressive about that one, except they didn't get a first down. But I like their field position now after that play.
Yeah, now you got a pretty makeable field goal opportunity. And And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down.
That's the end of the first quarter.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Check it out. 258. Let's go, B. Let's go. Let's get this. Kill.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got it. Watch out. Check 99.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now Jones. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Check tight. 26.
Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Mike Daniels in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. He'll get this one to Galladay. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On first down, it's Stafford. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Watch right, watch right.
Throwing again, Stafford. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Preston Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Right there, 56. Yo. 56 to Mike. 56.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time. The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. Caught on the right side by Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. 13 games going on here in this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. They start the second half here with Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
That's track. 36. Check.
Again, it's Williams.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Lions will take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Hey, 4 down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
You. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Zadarius Smith in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
He's checking. Get 300. Boom.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Devon Kennard gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a loss of 1 yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it to give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game. Just his 2nd incompletion, and we're in the 4th quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does, and now you give your team a more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
On first down, Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. To throw is Rodgers. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Rodgers to throw again. Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie, and that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Here's Rodgers to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Graham. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And to Detroit getting set to go now. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs to make them eat up their timeouts. So
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Tackle made by Montrevious Adams. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes Grant on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 6-3. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You got it! You got it! You got it!
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Come on, come get some. Come get some. Back north.
Here's Rodgers throwing again. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
56. Get ready. Get him out. Hey, 2. 56 is the mark.
Rodgers to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And with that, they still have a chance, partner.
Yeah, if that ball's knocked away, this game is probably over. But guess what? We still got some ball to play.
So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
37-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Haywood!
They'll look to throw. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with time running out, and the Packers have taken the lead.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do, take the big...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. They win game number 7, which was their goal at the beginning of the season and the final game of the season.
And I know a lot of people would wonder about the celebration. Why would you be so excited? getting 7 wins, well, guess what? That's what they wanted to do. To hit a goal, that means something for a team, and they should celebrate that fact.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.